That's the problem. She said she was good. Probably not.
I'm trying a champion job there. Two guys.
Oh yeah, it's I literally yesterday I ate 4 dinners.
Oh, I know one of them. The one of them beat. Two of them beat my brother. Hello.
I'm really sorry I'm late. Yeah, just
Back on. Oh, by the way, I'm going to use that as like. Oh.
It's there to be fair.
It's going to be great. I know quite a few people in this crowd, they're all very nice. Make a joke about how
Bring it.
I'm going to have my script out, but
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, those that do not conform to society and robots. How have we all been enjoying our lovely evenings? Woo! Come on, please come in with food. Food, come in, food. How have you all been enjoying your evenings? Woo! How have you all been enjoying your evenings? Woo! I said, how have you been enjoying your evenings? Right, thank you, it's really weird, you know. I've had a bit of a sore throat recently, and it's really weird, I've got no idea why. You know what I fucking hate? I hate when people post on their Instagram stories about their holidays constantly. I mean, I just went to Barcelona in a 5-star hotel. You don't see me bragging about it. It's because in here we're all friends, and I'm just sharing all of my stories. We're all friends, aren't we? We're all friends. Hi there, what's your name?
I'm Bethany.
Bethany, nice to meet you. Give it up for Bethany! And this drink, what's your drink of choice tonight, Bethany?
It's amaretto and Coke. 0.
Oh, Armadillo and Coke. Did they kill the armadillo first? Or?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Alright, so yeah, on my holiday. I was on holiday, I went to a place called Catalonia, or if there's any Spanish government agencies in here, Spain. But yeah, no, it was brilliant. I mean, I don't know how much you know about me, but I'm a history nerd, and there's so much culture there. I went to Tarragona, and it was like you'd walk down the street and like, oh, it's just an ancient Roman ruin there. You'd go into the bar, there'd be like a wine rack from 22 AD. You'd go and take a shit and there'd be the lost works of Cato the Elder. It was a really strange experience, because we come from a very cultural city of Canterbury, but I'm going to be honest. Going away on holiday for the first time in 7 years, it really did reaffirm all of my negative experiences in here. In the UK. Is anyone from outside of the UK in here? Brilliant! What is your opinions of the UK? Boo! Can we all get a boo going in here? Oh yeah, boo! Yeah. Now, unfortunately, my cold is it's also made my brain a bit foggy. So, in case you're wondering, I'm not actually looking at my script. I'm instead going to do my B-reel! Has anyone remembered their B-reel today, guys?
Yeah!
Has anyone? Yeah? Sorry, has anyone not done it?
I don't have
Oh, that's not going to be good for your social security score. Ooh. Does anyone know who owns B-reel?
It's just a guy, isn't it?
It's just a guy? Oh, okay. It's not some big company that's going to try and kill me if I do this then. Alright, so, I want everybody, I'm going to try and get you all in frame. I want you all to give me your best, biggest grins and smiles. Alright. Cheese! James, there we go. Brilliant. Now all of my 3 followers can see you all. But yeah, no, it was really strange. My favourite thing to go and see was Barcelona Cathedral. And I must say, those Catholics, they know how to build a fucking sky god burial place, right? Well, that's what they do right there. The altar at the front, it's like... Do they not like have like the sky god altar? Is that a thing? Are there any Christians in here? There's one Christian, okay, is that... Do you like churches? You don't like church? You're not very good fucking Christian then, are you? But anyway, depending on what your sky god beliefs are. This one, obviously, because it was in Spain, it was Catholic. Oh, sorry, it wasn't in Spain, it was in Catalonia. Obviously, they love worshipping their saints there. You know, they don't just worship their sky god. Do I have my emergency call contact for that? Mum, help, I'm scared. But yeah, it was really surreal going through because I'd never seen anything like it. You know, they had altars to like different saints, like Joseph. They had one for Mary Magdalene, and they had one which is the most important saint, the Church of the Virgin Mary. Okay, and because me and my girlfriend, we are virgins. I know, right? I know, it's really shocking. But we were actually going through a bit of a pregnancy scare at the time. And what you can do there is you can basically pay a donation of €2 to a organised paedophile ring, and you can actually light a candle and you can like worship this saint. And so, with Mary being the patron saint of like the Immaculate Conception and stuff, my girlfriend thought it might be a good idea to blow one of the candles out. So instead of the Immaculate Conception, we had the Immaculate Contraception. So dark. Hopefully there's not a really sad mother out there. But yes, moving on with it. Please, move on. We don't have any Catholics in here today, do we? No? Okay. Alright, that's good then. I'm not going to hell. Hopefully. Anyway. This is the great segue for my next thing, because our next act today is a Christian, apparently, according to him earlier. Have you had some like big?
You've just made me an atheist.
Brilliant. Okay, in that case, I'd like you all to put your hands together for our first act of the evening, Adam Dorr.
I know what you're thinking. I didn't know Bigfoot had dyspraxia. Okay, so my name's Adam, and yesterday I did some counting, which is rare for me because I don't know how to. And I have recently reached my total of 21 gigs, which is coincidentally the exact same amount of years I've been alive for. And this is my 22nd gig. And for comedic effect, I like you all to pretend I've been performing since I was in the womb. Those abortion jokes really hit home. You are meant to laugh. Okay, so I'm not in like the best mood for comedy right now. I'm not feeling like very funny at the moment, and I think what's the best emotion to feel before you tell jokes? And that is seething rage and anger. So, from the count of 3, I want you all to yell, "Fuck off, Adam! You don't have any rights." We all understand that's a very simple instruction. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Fuck off, Adam, you don't have any...
Oh, you fools, you have been fooled, for it is not I, it is in fact. It is me, Badlam, Adam's evil twin. You might be thinking that Badlam is identical but hornier, but boy, you do not want to see what I've been doing on Instagram recently. Okay, so what am I talking about today? Ah, yes, hell. Now, I am actually Satan's younger brother, and I want to tell you a fun fact about Satan. His real name is Stan, and he gets a lot of attention because Eminem wrote a song about him. And I don't run like major hell. I don't run Dante's Inferno. I run Dante's fake tan salon. And I'm about to tell you about some people who are guaranteed to go to hell. Okay, so you ready with me? Okay, so first of all, I want to start with drama students.
No, woo!
I'm not Adam is. Adam's going to hell. Any other drama students in here?
Yes.
Do you think you're good people?
No.
I agree. What do I have to? Where do I even begin with drama students? So, you can sort of categorise drama students into like 3 different groups. You've got people who know how to act, people who don't have any friends, and people who think they're in Glee. I'm not wrong. I've been recently dissecting drama dynamics, and drama students will just drop their friendship with you at any given moment. I know someone who is no longer popular with the drama group because, and I quote, they were too polite. I mean, someone lock that fucking monster up. This is going well. Second, comedians. Comedians are all going to hell. Specifically, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, Adam Dorr. I'm going to be reading out some of Adam's worst jokes, and I want to explain why I don't like them. So Tarzan and Jane broke up. I guess they didn't want to try swinging. Now, I'll explain why that's a bad joke. It's because I came up with it during a mental breakdown where I was like, I'm not funny enough. The joke itself is fine, but the necessity to create that joke, I think, sort of reiterates how evil comedians are. And I'm going to go over to my next joke. So I was making a joke about Breaking Bad, and I was talking about the overall dynamic of the show, and I came up with Walter Ego. Yeah, easy, but all comedians are burning. I'm very prepared. PE students, I'm saying this because my brother's here and he's a sports student. Can we all get a cheer for my brother? Woo! Can we all call my brother a cunt?
Yeah.
Only my brother's friends agree with that. The thing is there's a natural food dynamic between PE students and drama students. They're oxymoronic beings. I knew one person who did both, and I haven't seen since GCSE, so I can only assume that he's exploded. But yeah, the thing is my brother's younger than me, and he can beat me up, and I've got an excuse because. Or, sorry, I've broken character. Adam's got an excuse. I'm Adam. I'm a completely different human being. I'm not even a human being. I'm the devil. Oh god, this is going well. He's a PE student, and I'm a cunt. And the thing about me, and by me, I of course mean Adam, who I am not. I am Adam. This joke is going very well. Adam's initials are Adam. Adam's name is Adam Robert Dorr, and the initials are the hardest thing about me. Thank you. People who discuss politics, they're all going to hell. Specifically right-wing political commentators. You know the ones who are oh, the left are making me do this, the left have made me transphobic, the left have made me homophobic. Yeah, it's quite a baffling excuse to use that as a defence for your own shittiness. You don't go, the left have made me pro-murder. I was anti-murder initially, but someone went up to me and said murder is bad, so I had to blow up an orphanage. It was the only logical rebuttal. Yeah. Hecklers are also going to hell. Comedians don't like hecklers. Very much. It's the weirdest thing about comedy is the only job where you get people who think they know your job better than you do. You don't go to a doctor's office and be like, it's alright, I played operation, I get the general gist of things. I know where the kidney is, I know where the funny bone is. But it's another thing, acting as well is kind of a bit like that. I was in an acting performance the other day, and I might as well call out my dad while he's here and filming me, which is very nice of him, thank you. Please delete that later. The praise my dad gave me was, I didn't know you could actually act, and he meant it well, but you don't go up to the fire and be like, wow, only 50% of the house burnt down. Good job. But a lot of jobs are are weird. So like news anchors, I think, are the weirdest job because they'll always report and they'll on like some tragedy and they'll announce that it was a terrible shooting, a terrible earthquake, and I'm like, yeah, those things are by definition terrible. Guys, there was a school shooting. Don't worry though, it was fucking great. There was perfect cake, there was pizzas, Nerf guns, 7 kids died, but they were fucking annoying. You've had your happiness for now. Anyone here go to school? Ever? Ever set foot inside the school? Never. I can tell. You're not laughing at my brilliant jokes very much. And it's not because my set is shit and so I'm woefully unprepared. It's okay, you can boo me. I said you can boo me.
No.
Thank you. But I went to like 2 different schools. I went to like a Catholic school and a grammar school. You can tell I'm a very good Catholic by the devil's horns. And like that's like the best of both worlds because on one, like, initially you're raised to be fucking homophobic and then you're raised to be mentally ill, which is fucking great. So far I'm only doing one of those things, the lesser evil, the mentally ill thing, I think. Happy Pride Month. I'm gonna move on to my final arch nemesis and my most important one. And I need to just quickly check he's not in the room with us today. Robert? I'm talking about author of Jekyll and Hyde and Treasure Island, Robert Louis Stevenson. That guy fucked me over. Can I explain why he fucked me over, Canterbury? I don't know why I'm referring to my entire audience as Canterbury. Like, is the Archbishop here? How are you doing, Justin? How am I going to heaven? Wrong denomination. I mean, me and the like Church of England guys have sort of an uneasy truce at the moment because of like we realise there are other religions that we should be fighting against. Anyway, I'm a welfare officer and I've got to make sure these kind of jokes don't happen. Anyway, but yeah, Robert Louis Stevenson. He's my arch nemesis, and you're all familiar with Jekyll and Hyde. You all studied it at English, I assume.
Yeah.
You've all made the classic hide and seek joke. Well, Robert Louis Stevenson, being the sneaky little fucker he is, went, I'm going to screw over Adam Dorr. I know he's not even born yet, and I have no way of like knowing his existence in the future, like 2 centuries after I'm born, but I'm going to screw him over and I'm going to make a hide and seek joke before he can. And I was there in my English literature class making the classic hide and seek jests, thinking like I'm so clever, I'm so original, no one's ever done this before, only see that he beat me to the fucking punch. No wonder I was only in set 3 for English, God. But yeah, that guy fucked me over, and if you didn't like my set today, go back in time, fucking murder Robert Louis Stevenson, and then we won't have a problem. You've been a great audience, I've been woefully unprepared. Thank you.
I do have a question though. Since comedians and hecklers are both going to hell, does that mean that their punishment is watching each other's material? Yeah. Brilliant. I can't wait for that. Alright, yeah. You know, it brings up a lot of good things, you know. I don't know about all of you, but I don't think there's enough hate in this world. Okay? And I'm not talking about, you know, the kind of hatred of like Tony the Tory twat or anything. I'm talking about actual like constructive hate. You know, like for example, you know me, like I'm non-binary, which basically meant that growing up at school, I fucking hated computer science. But I want to get your opinions, okay? Like guys that just walked in. What kind of things do you hate? What's your name? Where do you live? What's your social security number?
Well, I don't know my new postcode, but I hate
Go on.
Tories.
Tories! Hey, give it up for hating Tories! Yeah! Throw a fucking brick to them! Well, actually, no, I didn't. In welfare officer, I did not condone for throwing bricks through Tory buildings.
No, we allow that.
Shit! Throw bricks through Tory buildings! What are you eating?
Lasagna.
Out of everything that you can hate in the world, you choose lasagna.
Even my mom's lasagna.
God? Oh. Sorry, I may have just sabotaged. Oh my god. Sorry, how can you hate Garfield's life juice? I'm fucking evil. We need to get some better opinions in here, okay? Well, what are you people at the back? Sorry, I'm tethered by my mortal coil. What things do you guys hate?
Mosquitoes.
Oh, that's a good one. I hate mosquitoes too, you know. Like, one time I had a mosquito bite and it was like this big. It was crazy, man. Anyway, coming over here, skipping rope. What do you guys hate?
Racist?
Racist, yes! Yes! Don't give it up for racist, but boo racist! Boo! That's a good one. Fucking hate racists. Alright. You know what I hate? Okay, it's actually a trip husband. Okay. You don't know what I hate? My main passion, my main drive that's keeping me alive in this world, my passion, my burning hatred, is British railway politics. Okay? I was growing up, you know, watching Thomas Tank Engine, age 14, and you know, I was wondering, are these railways unionised? You know, what kind of rights do these workers have? Is this Thomas and Friends, or is this Thomas and Slaves over here? You know, it's really struggle, and you know, my arch nemesis is a train conductor. Fucking hate that guy. He stole 30 quid off of me. I will punch him next time I see him. He's quite old. I probably shouldn't punch old people. What do you think? Yeah, or nay punching old people? Depends. I feel like the room's divided. Can I get a cheer for punching old people? Yeah. And now I'm cheer for not punching old people.
No!
We have a very clear winner. We are punching old people tonight, okay? Who's the oldest person here? Who's the oldest person here?
Might be you, mate.
Okay, inconclusive. We'll all punch an old person together, right? Alright? Is that... Okay. I'm losing you now. Our next act! I'm very proud to introduce the president of the UKC Stand-Up Society. Yeah. And like the United States president, our one has committed war crimes too. Give it up for Brooke Bettey!
Oh no, I know what you're all thinking. You look at me. Someone went out on a date last night with their kitchen scissors. Although it wasn't really a date, because date implies that it was pre-planned. No, me and my kitchen scissors, we've got the kind of relationship that's very will they, won't they, on, off, heat of the moment, who knows what's going to happen. And then I don't see them for about 6 months and it starts all over again. It's a pleasure to be here. We're all doing alright so far. Thank you all so much for coming. I like to keep the tone light normally because comedy should be a funny thing, but I have to admit I found my niche, and my niche as a stand-up comic is just complaining. Are we all good for some complaining? Yeah! Cool. I want to complain and comment on one specific thing. It's a shop. It's quite a popular shop, I hope. Are we all fans of TK Maxx?
Yeah.
Can we be fans of TK Maxx tonight? Who here thinks that their hometown TK Maxx branch is the superior one? You do. Cool. Where are you from?
Cork and Ireland.
Right, and why is TK Maxx the best?
It's cheaper than other.
It's cheaper than the others. There's sheep and then there's Ireland sheep. When I'm out talking to my friends, we talk about TK Maxx. Oh, I love it. But there's this real competition. Like, no, but my one's the best. My one's got 2 floors. Oh yeah? Well, my one's got gaming section. Oh yeah? Well, my TK Maxx shits on your TK Maxx. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because it's got an all-day diner. Bitch. And I'm like, can we please remember what the stakes are here, right? We're talking about last season's designer sunglasses and phone chargers. It's not that big of a deal. I do love a bit of TK Maxx though. Hopefully you'll relate to me. Was your first experience at TK Maxx your mum taking you?
Definitely,
Yeah, it's a mumsy shop, right? My most vivid memory of when I was younger and we are shopping together was me at the till and my mum just looking down and being like, "Now don't tell Daddy how much we spent today." And that feeling of materialness is not a word. Addiction to shopping, we'll call it. I am obsessed with going into TK Maxx whenever I have a bad day and spending money on shit I do not need. And I would consider TK Maxx perhaps a poor man's vintage shopping. Because you go in and none of it's actually that nice and it's all in a weird, confusing order, but you're going to pretend it's good. You're going to pretend it's cute, right? The one part of TK Maxx that I do like is the bath and body section. Oh, bit of essential oils, some pillow spray when you can't sleep at night, some face masks. But the bath and body section of TK Maxx is much like foreplay before sex. Because it's really fucking great, but that you know after that, it's just not quite as good. Like, it's fine. No, I enjoy it. Like, it's fine. I just preferred it before. And that happens quite quickly at TK Maxx, because you've got the bath and body section, and then immediately after that, you've got the cosmetics bin. That's right, bin. She knows, because it's like this fucking basket that they leave, where the most rankest makeup can be found. Crusty eyeliners, lip glosses that have clearly been used because you can see the sticky from where someone's tested it and gone, nah. Crushed eyeshadow, and they just put yellow stickers on it, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if people were just throwing their used makeup in there. And then actually it's not for sale, people just thought it was a rubbish bin. The only people who buy their cosmetics at TK Maxx are people who feel comfortable giving themselves chlamydia, herpes, or pink eye. I said it. No, the main thing that I found about TK Maxx is that it's not actually there for shopping as much as it is for shoplifting. I've heard this from some of my friends, and I will admit to you tonight, even though this is being recorded, I should not admit this! But I have actually shoplifted. This was before I was president of the UKC Society. We do not condone shoplifting. Bam! No, it was less than like, I can't afford this, so I'm going to steal it, and more the, this is very cheap and I can afford it, but it's the thrill. And also, I would never do it to a small business. I'm only doing it to like big businesses that I know aren't going to like give a shit. You know what I mean? And if it makes anyone feel better, the only thing I ever stole was a lavender sleep pillow spray and a face mask. So none of the good stuff. And my friends have shoplifted from there too. Turns out a couple of people have done it. But TK Maxx's actually have security guards. Would you believe it? No, you wouldn't fucking believe it, would you? I hope I never become as useless as the TK Maxx security guards. Because they are as useless as the little barcodes that you get on plastic bags. The only time that I have seen a TK Maxx security guard be helpful is I was in the Chatham branch, which is my local branch. So obviously as a shoplifter in Chatham, I was right at home. And a guy comes in with an electric scooter, and the security guard immediately is he's like, sorry, you can't bring the scooter in here. And he's like, no, what? I can't leave it outside, it's going to get stolen. Which would be considered dramatic if he wasn't in Chatham. And the security guard's like, well, you can't bring it in because what if you hurt someone with it? You know, what if you leave tracks on the floor? I turn around for 1 second. When I look back, the security guard is looking after this guy's scooter. The guy's fucked off, and the guard's there like, what the fuck? I thought he was a security guard. Turns out he's a personal valet. If I had known that, I wouldn't have paid for parking in Chatham High Street. I would have just brought my car in. He could have given it a wash whilst he was there. But then I thought actually it would be quite good, because if I ever get caught shoplifting, he can just zoom after me and then his job will be so much easier, won't it? What's my final bit on it? I get so angry about it, I've got to write it down. Yeah, shoplifting is there. So there's me and there's my friends who used to do a little cheeky bit of shoplifting. No, I didn't, that's not true. It's absolutely true. But actually, if you read a little bit online, the majority of the theft from TK Maxx comes from its employees. I know. And if you Google it, TK Maxx employee theft, there are so many articles. Like, surely more than any other retail shop. There are a couple of them, but this one story really stuck out to me. It was a 19-year-old guy a few years ago. He managed to steal up to to £900 from TK Maxx over a couple of months, right? You want to know how he did it? So people would come up to him at the till, and then the cash person would come out, the till would pop out, and he'd give the money, give the change, blah, blah, blah. And then before he shut the till drawer, he would just take like £10 or £20, whatever he wanted, and then he had a little zip in his underwear. And he would steal hundreds of pounds in his underwear. And I think that's absolutely bonkers and amazing. If you're going to have a small dick, you might as well financially compensate. Like, full respect to the guy. But then I was thinking, well, that must be like from the other person's point of view. Like, if you're just Kelly, TK Maxx manager, and you're just watching this 19-year-old guy that you just hired, and he's standing behind the till doing a weird sort of... You're probably thinking he's having a wank over like discounted men's sweatshirts. Double cheek on the wedges, whatever gets the guy going. He did obviously get caught, which is why it was on the news, because he ended up going to prison for it for I think about a year or so, which seems like too much but also not enough. How do they work out prison times? That's not part of the bit, I'm curious. How do they work out how long someone goes to prison for?
Based on crime committed.
But yeah, so he went to prison eventually. But between him getting caught by his manager and him going to prison and having the court hearing and everything, he had to leave his job and he was put on paid suspension. What the fuck is paid suspension? And what kind of punishment is that? You're telling me you do something bad, you don't have to go to your horrible retail job anymore, and you get paid to not go in. That's not a punishment, that's a fucking holiday. It's like when you get in the police films where the rogue detective accidentally kills a guy and it's like, you're off the force for 2 weeks, paid suspension. He's getting a holiday for killing a man! What the fuck? It's such a fucked up thing, but to be honest, Small Dick deserves it. I'm not gonna lie. And if I was Small Dick, what I would do with my holiday before I get arrested, I would get in my car, do a little road trip around the UK. You know, lots of places I want to see. I'd drive around the country, and I would stop off at each TK Maxx branch, and I would just shoplift as much as I could. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Give it up for our very own president. I've actually got some sad news. We're actually halfway through the show now. I know, yeah. And I've got some sad news as well. I'm going away soon. You know, I'm leaving this shithole behind. Okay, I'm moving to Brighton. I'm not getting the fuck out of here. But yeah, my girlfriend's already gone. She can't be here with us tonight because unlike me, she actually got a job. But at least now I know I can work in TK Maxx. But yeah, so we have 2 more acts for this evening though, so still don't get up and leave yet, you know, we've still got some things ahead. But yeah, I would like to introduce the amazing, the wonderful Gabriella Rolls!
Cool, perfect. I don't need to test it further. We good? Right, so I haven't been here for a while. So the last time I performed at Woody's was, I'm going to say April or May. So it was just before the Easter break. So did we all have a good one? Yeah. From the sound of it, you didn't have the greatest one. I was expecting a bit more energy. Did anyone do anything interesting? I'm guessing not from that. Anyone? Wow. So, I mean, my whole next joke was going to be, okay, I didn't do anything interesting, and then I was going to compare it to you guys, but wow, I think we've hit a new low. So, my interesting thing was that I turned 19. Woo! No, don't woo that. 19 is the shittest birthday. And let me tell you why. It means precisely nothing, right? Like, I can't brag about turning 19. Woo! I've been on this earth for just under 2 decades. Big fucking deal. I haven't been here for 2 decades yet. There's nothing to brag about. And also, what milestone is there, right? I can't say, woo! happen when you turn 19. It did not help me feel better. So I'll tell you why. I literally wrote it down. That's what's on this bit of paper. So you're no longer entitled to free education. Well, no shit, Sherlock. My student loans make my bank account give me a jump scare. I know I'm not entitled to free education, right? So I was thinking, okay, wow, this is like the saddest thing I've ever seen. And then the only other thing I could find, right, was that according to the NHS, you're no longer a child. So if you're under many services, like I am, you're not put under the child services anymore. You are officially an adult. But I was also thinking, okay, well that's mildly interesting, right? You've gone from like Peppa Pig on the walls to just plain white. So, okay, cool. We've had some interior decorating update. But I was also thinking, I actually can't claim that yet. And you're thinking, okay, but you turned 19, so why can't you claim it? Well, I was born 3 months premature. So technically, I'm still 3 months behind everything. So I'm actually a fraudulent adult until July. So if I ever get called out, that's why. That's why I've been cancelled, guys. I'm sorry, I've said my truth. But honestly, reflecting on all of this birthday stuff, it got me thinking about like where I am now compared to like where I was a decade ago. And this got me thinking like, I'm no longer the cute disabled child anymore. Like, I wouldn't be put on the charity poster. Like, literally when I was about 5, I had to dress up as Snow White. And I had a smile with like no teeth in it. I bet if you Googled it, I can't even remember what charity it's for, but it's out there somewhere if you want to stalk me or something. But I was just thinking like, it's not the same being a disabled adult. Like, being a disabled kid, you get a few perks, but it's not the same. Like, I was thinking, has anyone heard of Peppa Pig World? Good. Okay. We've got some fans like that. But I used to love going there as a kid. And I used to think, oh, you know, isn't that nice? Like, I imagine, like, if somebody saw me with my parents, they'd be thinking, aw, isn't that nice? A daughter and a dad, and, oh, they're in a wheelchair, but she's having the best day. Whereas now, if I went there, I think the last time I went, I was like 13, they were probably thinking, oh dear, that poor disabled kid, that's probably the only thing they've been looking forward to this month. Like it doesn't hit the same. Like, the heartwarmingness of being disabled really doesn't stack up when you turn 19. Like, it's not the same. Like, I used to be selected for, like, oh, do you want to push the special button? Yay! Let's do it. If somebody said that to me now, I'd think they were crazy. I'd be like, you what? There's a button. But the only thing about it that I do miss, right, is the attention. So that's why I'm here, because I crave your attention. so that's the only difference, really. I mean, I'm fine with growing up, but quite a few people actually don't think I'm that old. Like, they think I have a baby face. Like, give me a cheer if you agree. Okay, I mean, I personally don't see it, but I think I've figured out why people think this, right? And it's because I've had Botox. Can't you tell? What part of me do you think I've had Botox in? Go on, give it a guess. Anyone? Anyone brave enough?
Face.
Oh, I like that. Bit of Love Island filler. But no, Katie Price eat your heart out, but not quite. So I had medical Botox. That is genuinely a thing. So it sounds pretty fucking hardcore. So I basically had poison injected into my thigh muscles. How cool is that? So it's basically because with cerebral palsy, your whole body decides, no, I'm going to be really tense today. So what the Botox does is it chills you out. It's like the best bubble bath that your thigh muscles have ever had. But this got me reflecting on it, because I've stopped having Botox now, but I remember what it was like, because I used to have it quite a lot when I was a kid, because it did actually used to help for quite a while, but I think I've overdosed on the poison now. Like, it doesn't really have the same effect. But the first time I had it, right, I think I must have been 3 or 4, and we didn't really know what to expect. So, you know, we had to travel up to London, you know, I had to go on public transport, so it was already a day out. It was like the most exciting thing that had happened to 4-year-old me. And the only way my mum could persuade me to go to the hospital without starting to cry was that I could get McDonald's on the way up. Like, oh my god, the happy were there, all good. And then I just suddenly burst into tears, going, my chicken nuggets! I want a Happy Meal! Like, full on, like, meltdown, like, distraught. Nothing my parents could say, no reassurance that I already had the meal could calm me down. And what made it worse, right, was I had my procedure at about 4 o'clock, so it was about dinner time when it had all finished, and, you know, I was hungry. I was a 4-year-old. We just eat all the fucking time, don't we? Like, no amount of meals can satisfy a 4-year-old's hunger. But all the nurses could give me, right, was this, like, little snack box things. Like, you know when a kid forgets they've had lunch when they go on a school trip, and then the school, like, dinner ladies has to, like, put something in a paper bag? That was basically what they had left for me. So it was a grated cheese sandwich, which, given it's someone that can't grip things, was really an interesting experience. Just all the cheese. They gave me a yogurt, which is like, gross. No, not a yogurt fan. And they gave me the plainest ready salted crisp you'd ever seen. So I was thinking, how is this a step up from McDonald's? So I just started crying harder. And my parents ended up eating the box because they were like, well, if you're not going to eat it, we fucking will. We're going to get a train home. So honestly, it was just one of the worst days of my life. So honestly, the word Botox, I just started craving a McDonald's. But I'll leave you with this, right? So I've spent the whole set talking about aging and being a baby face and being quite young, and I think it's because people are scared, like, when they see someone in a wheelchair, they don't want to assume, like, they're too old or something. They'd much rather assume that they're younger. And not everyone. Some people have mistaken me for my dad's, I'll say that again, my dad's wife. And I don't know how to feel about it. I love my dad. I mean, he's late 40s, nearly 50. I mean, he does look young for his age, but I don't know if that's a compliment on him or a really bad compliment. And this happens all the time, and I think it's because me and my dad, we're like the two amigos. We go out and do all the naughty stuff that my mum doesn't know about. So, like, we go on holiday, and then obviously we go to pubs in the evening. So, I guess, like, if we're sat at a table for it does look like we're on a date, but, like, why is that what you'd assume? Like, I've had people assume that we're brother and sister before, which is still fucking weird, but it's not as bad as you know, husband and wife. Like, I literally had, like, I don't know if it's just a holiday thing, because we were in the Lake District. We literally had the couple next to us going, oh, are you on a date too? I was like, no, I'm 15. So, yeah, I'll leave you with that. You decide, babyface or 50-year-old woman. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys.
Thank you to our more perceptive president. Alright, so I've got something very sad to announce. This is actually going to be the last act for the evening. Sorry, are you guys there? I said it's almost the last act for the evening. That's a bit better, thank you. But yeah, no, this one should be really good. They haven't performed with us for a very long time, so I'm excited to see it. We're going to have a little bit of a musical number. Evie Rostant!
Hi everyone, I'm Evie. You guys have been great. It's insulting that James thinks I'm that tall. Mad props for you all for coming out here on a random Tuesday night and just having a good time, apart from that specific row at the back. Mad props for you not laughing once. Really fucking impressive. I saw you at the beginning with your few. Do you just like treating this as like Netflix for your dinner? Good, okay, cool. Speaking of things that are dead, Philip Schofield's career. You should watch the interview. It's like 10 minutes long, and then like 7 minutes of that is just him stuttering. But I watched it, and I picked out some choice favourite phrases, and an hour before this gig, I wrote a little song, so here it is. Here are my favourite things that Philip Schofield said. He said it was unwise but not illegal. You know what else fits that phrase? Me sending you 1,000 dead pigeons. He said, do you want me to die? Well, jury's out on that one. 'Cause then at least there'd be one less cot. He said ITV was toxic. How dare you speak of Holly Willoughby like that? She is a baby angel princess, and I give my left arm just to see her a little bit naked. Maybe go down on her a little bit. I really like Holly Willoughby. He said it was controversial, but only 'cause he was gay. Do you know what is really controversial? You being a paedophile! Speaking of gay people, happy Pride Month, shout out to the gays. Thank you to you at the back. What flavour of gay? All of them, fantastic. I'm really lucky, I came out as pan a couple of years ago to my parents and they were super supportive, but they're that brand of parents that's like, yeah, we have 2 gay kids, so we're allowed to make the jokes actually, because we're allies. I put in the family group chat when I was home, oh, the bin is out, it's sorted. My dad snaps back, out as what? My mum, fast as a whippet, right in there with non-binary. She's going to find that so brilliant, thanks guys. Yeah, no, having a mum who was like that growing up was kind of stressful, because she's like definitely somewhere on the spectrum, but never got it diagnosed. And her job is really fucking stressful. She is in law, and like, she's got the kind of job that's like, if she doesn't show up, there'll be like consequences. It's like, I reckon if your mum's like a florist, and she doesn't show up to work, it's fine, because like, the peonies aren't going to go to jail, are they? But like, it would always be that she'd kind of wake up really stressed, and then she'd drive me to school, and then I'd realise I'd forgotten my lunch. And it's like, every minute closer to school is like more and more fucking anxiety. And you're like, mate, do I tell her? And she'll definitely shout at me. Or do I just not tell her and I'll just starve and it'll be okay? And I think that's really where my ED started. Anyway, so sometimes I used to think that, you know, lawyers shouldn't be allowed to have jobs because it's too stressful for the kids. And I think growing up that other professions shouldn't be allowed to have jobs, like policemen. It's 2023. We should stop pig rearing. So I wrote a little song, and I think this song is sort of designed to have the same effect of like those awful people that stand outside of abortion clinics and yell. But I would just sing the song to like certain men who have certain professions, and it goes sort of something like this. You shouldn't be allowed to have any kids in case being a dick runs in your genes. Don't inflict your personality on anyone else. Get a vasectomy. La la la, cut your dick off. La la la, la la la. It's the scissors. La la la, again. La la la, cut your dick off. La la la, la la la. It's the scissors. La la la. See, the great thing about this song is it's a join-in song, and I'm not going to stop until at least one person joins in. And if you join in, my man at the back, I will actually just cry with happiness. Are we ready now? La la la, cut your dick off. La la la, yeah! La la la, it's the scissors. La la la, give it up for the guy at the back.
Pride Month, I think I've decided to abstain from straight men for a month. I'm calling it No Josh June. I'd like you all to participate if possible. If you are a straight man, maybe just don't exist for a month. And I did this as a result of a really bad experience with a guy I had recently. I invited him over, and it started off well. He brought Doritos, so naturally, because they were the flaming hot flavour, I had sex with him. And then we finished up, or he finished up, and I made some noises. And we cracked open this bag of Doritos. And I'm a pick-me, self-proclaimed, it's fine. So I said, it was more like, I really can't eat too many of these, so if you think I'm eating too many, just take it away. Just take the bag away. And he had the actual audacity to take the bag away. The gumption, the gall, the audacity, I was so shocked that naturally I had sex with him. But it's not all bad. I have had good experiences with guys. A couple months ago, I met a guy and I really, really liked him, so I wrote a song about him. Here it goes. Boy, you make me so happy, you make my skies all blue. And there's one thing I've got to say to you. You give me butterflies. Oh, you walked in at the right moment. In my pussy. Shaking like a Michael J. Fox, once around me. And finger me to you, and the rest you got orders to fuck me violently. So I cannot speak anymore, lost a mess on the floor. You give me butterflies, right in my pussy. Boy, you are so special to me. And whenever I am there's no better place to be. You give me butterflies in my pussy. You got me shaking like a fucking earthquake. I want you to rail me and eat me out like it's Christmas Day. You got me horny, so fuck me violently till I can't speak anymore. Just a mess on the floor. You give me butterflies right in my pussy. For this next part of the song, I want you to imagine the most visceral time you ever had sex. Get that image in your head. Oh, my person at the back is thinking hard. And if you are a virgin, then you're a fucking loser. Don't make the rules, I'm sorry. Think about one special person who gives you butterflies in your pussy. You got me shaking like a Michael J. Fox. I want you to rail me and think of me to the rearrange my guts. You got me horny, so fuck me violently till I cannot speak anymore. Just a mess on the floor. You give me butterflies right in my pussy.
Alright, well, thank you very much for coming to our evening. You've been a lovely audience. We're so glad to have you, and I just love that the dog has a protective thing. I think that's just the cutest thing in the world. I'm melting. It's a, what, sorry?
A snood.
A snood, is it for his ears to...
Yes, so he looks like a babushka.
Oh! Oh, can we all give some, like, clicks for the dog with the snood on? Thank you. Oh. Oh, we should have gotten this before, really, to be honest. But yeah, thank you very much all for coming, and I would just like to give another really brilliant thank you to our performers. So if you could all give it up for Adam Dorr, Brooke Bettey, Gabriella Rolls, and Evie Rostant. Thank you very much, and I hope we will see you soon. Oh, and please follow us on Instagram at at UKC Stand Up, I believe that is the at.
Yeah. I
Brilliant.
should say I'm the social secretary. I forgot to say, love you.
Yes. All right, thank you very much, and we hope to see you all soon. Take care. You can go now. Fuck off.
But then fuck back in at the Mooring Cafe next Wednesday. Next. And well done to James, our MC.
Usually it's just like, once I hit someone's shoulder, just that happens. Like, no. I hit someone's shoulder.
Great job, you both.
Great job as well.
You're coming back. Half an hour. God.
Hello, I was working on that.
So it's all good.
You could have done a whole jump on high then.
I did do a bit.